I'm working hard here. This is me working hard. Julie Findlay is here. Mom in the Know, mitk.ca. Everyone's mom. Hi.
Hi, how are you? Thanks for having me. This is unbelievable what's going on here.
Isn't it a great feeling?
Yeah,
you get warmed in your heart, honestly.
Definitely.
And so we thought we would call you up and ask you if you could come up with some ideas on some of the things that get donated here, and these are all typical donation foods, and how you can be a little creative with it.
Yeah, exactly. All your canned stuff or your fresh, like you want to obviously try fresh, then frozen, then canned, and all the canned stuff has all the nutrients, so I want to just put together a quick minestrone soup, which is using your chopped tomatoes.
I love the diced tomatoes.
Easy.
Those are great.
Very easy. I actually put 2 cans in. It generally calls for 1. I've already sauteed some onions and a little bit of garlic.
Super easy.
Yeah, and then what I like to do is add beans.
Do you rinse these with water first?
I do. And you don't need to, because this time I'm going to keep all the flavor in. So in a lot of the cans now, there are a lot of less reduced salt cans, so
exactly.
it's a lot easier.
Nice.
Yeah, and then you're just going to add that, and then 2 cups of any vegetables you do have.
Okay, so if you have frozen vegetables, you can use frozen?
You can use frozen vegetables. You can use a can of your corn, your peas, any cans that you have. Just make sure it's 2 cups and put it in. And then your pasta, you just use 3/4 cup to every large can of tomatoes.
Okay.
And you put it in, and there you go.
No need to boil that first? It's all it all softens up?
It all softens up. So you know it's ready when it is all softened up. So you can just have it on, you could bring it to a boil and then simmer it, just like any soup, or you can just simmer it if you wanted a longer time. And then if you do have any type of herbs, I just put in some basil and some...
And generous amount, like, because you're talking about a large pot.
Yes, exactly.
So basil, then...
Oregano.
Oregano.
So then the touch I wanted to add to this was meatballs.
Okay.
So I think everybody's going to get some frozen meat, so that's great. And what you want to do is hide the vegetables in the meat.
Yeah.
In the meat. So what you could do is you could just pour this in and mush them up. Take the vegetables that they like. These ones, I put mashed carrots in. I put some onions in.
Pour these in a bowl. Take a masher, like a potato masher.
Yeah, mash it up. So then you've got your meat. You're going to put your vegetables in it. You're going to put a binder in with it. So you can use onion soup mix. You
which
can
adds
use
a nice flavor.
Yeah, oatmeal cereal.
Really?
You could use breadcrumbs, which is normally what any one calls for, is the breadcrumbs. And then you have 1 egg, and you're going to mush it up together. And what a great thing is, you can cook them in your muffin tins.
That's a great idea.
Yeah. And what I tried to do is make a few sliders. So as you're doing your meatballs, just sort of press them down. And then your sliders, you can just get a tiny bun, and the kids just have a great meal.
Or whatever. I mean, if you kids don't care. Make it out of 2 loaves of bread and cut them into 4s.
There's so many ways. And then the other great thing to do is cook up all your meat if you need to, and then flash freeze it on your cookie sheet or on your pan, and then put it in a bag. And then you can pull them out at any time, and you can make meatball sandwiches. You
Snacks
can put them in your
school.
soup.
You know, kids are always looking for something healthy, and this is hidden health.
Yes, that's the key thing, is hidden health.
And the other thing, I know that sliders is the adult. I like to call them tiny burgers for the little ones.
Yes, sliders, tiny burgers. Another last thing you can do with your minestrone, without the meatballs, is just package it up. So everybody can kind of, with what they've received in their hampers, they can put together some foods and then trade it. So it's still a time of giving.
Yeah.
So that can go in the freezer, and then just take it out, take off the lid, and put in the...
What a nice gift, too, if you're visiting someone's house or whatever, and say, you know, time saver, made you some minestrone soup. Delish.
Exactly. And so just stirring that up.
Stir it up, and away it goes. And so the other ideas, because people will get cans of tuna and cans of salmon and not know what to do. We're going to talk about that coming up, right? We've got an idea for those things.
It's going to be come on over casserole.
All right, good.
Yeah, company's coming.
I want to get the final details on this. How long do you let it simmer for?
You know what? You just want to simmer until your pasta's ready.
Okay.
Yeah, and then
so
you're definitely good to go.
The testing's the fun part.
Exactly. Yeah. You can even test it right now. Do you want to try a little bit?
Sure, I'd love to.
There you go.
Let's go.
Yeah, and then once you add the meatballs in that, it's a great meal. It's going to hearty, full of all proteins.
Oregano and basil you put in there?
Yes.
Very good. You can taste them both. They're delicious. So, and then salt and pepper to taste, whatever you want to do.
Exactly.
And you are rolling.
Yeah. One other hint, though, for the breadcrumbs is if you do have bread that's starting to stale, keep it in the bag and just crunch it up. There are your breadcrumbs. Okay, so you don't need to go and get the breadcrumbs, but just use what you have. Just remember, when you are making your meatballs, that's what's going to bind it together.
Right, okay. Yeah. So pull it out of the bag if it's getting close to the date. Let it dry out over the day.
Put it back in the bag, squish it up. You've got your breadcrumbs. You're going to use that for all your holiday meals. You're going to find it everywhere.
Always making things easier. Thank you very much. Coming up, we're going to talk about Making a Casserole with Julie on the way on CTV Morning Live. We are live from the Ottawa Food Bank on a fantastic day of giving. We're back with more after this.
You're a superwoman in so many ways, powerful. You're a